Howdy, ladies and gentlecars. Welcome back to AHG. So I know it's been a hot minute. My apologies. I've had a lot going on. And I realize that it's been since March. And we are now at the end of July. So I've got quite a plethora here to catch you guys up on. So my birthday, as I was talking about, I didn't do anything. I just met with my family and had a good time. And you know, I always talked about the telly, which obviously you see it right here, so no secret. But my family surprised me with this as my birthday gift this year. And, you know, it's not rough, it's not beat up, but, you know, it's a good carbon copy clone of the 58. The only difference is being that the bridge isn't the ashtray bridge. It's one of these newer ones, because this is the Player Series. One of the newer ones. But this guitar is just absolutely gorgeous. It's a nice Player Series. Of course, it's string through back. That's the only difference. It's the only difference on this whole entire thing is that this isn't the ashtray bridge. This is one of these new school bridges. But this thing absolutely is incredible. It sounds good. Another reason I haven't done videos with you guys is the last time we did a video, last time we did one is that POS Hollander amp that I showed you guys, the speaker popped. I haven't been able to find a replacement for it. So it was like, well, we can't really make any videos per se. So, with that in mind, I had to wait a few days after my birthday, and I found this nice little mini twin amp, so pretty much like the Tweed Champ practice amp, and it's okay. It's good for this. However, it doesn't like my cigar box guitars for some reason. I don't know why, but it just didn't sound as good as when, because I've hooked up two of my pedals at a time. Hook my pedals up, and old Henri the Telly is the nickname. Now, if you don't understand why it's Henri, called Henri, if y'all remember one of the best outlaws of all time, Waylon Jennings, it's one of my favorite songs, is Henri and Mean. And so I figured, okay, we'll call the Telly Henri. Eventually one day I might make a decal for the back of this thing, but this is a nice Player Series. What I like about it, make sure none of my picks fall out here. What I like about these new age ones is the fact that they cut a recess in the back just like a Strat, right? But it's so much better if you're trying to just play on your lap and chill on a chair or a couch. This is so much better because it kind of fits right under your pack, right under your breast, and it just feels great. This thing is absolutely incredible, and I love it. So that is old Henri the Telly. And then beyond six stringers, I've been busy. We'll get to these two in a minute. But a buddy of mine, Alex Lechner, you know him. Sorry, I had a call coming in, be my wife. Didn't know I'm doing a video. But my buddy Alex built me another guitar. Well, he's been building it since last year. And he finally sent it to me here. And it's a nice little chugger. So it's made out of that. Well, this one's not exactly an oil can. This one kind of looks like a paint can, but he made me this guy. And it's very unique. It's your on and off. And it's a diddly bow. It's a nice little chugger. It even sounds good acoustically, actually. I'm not using my boom mic this time, so here we go. Put the slide on here. This one's kind of difficult to hold. So my buddy Alex did this. He doesn't have any pages. except for his regular Facebook page, but Alex Guitars. You'll see it right back up here. Alex Guitars. Instead of getting the big ring light out, I put you guys in my little stand holder thing that holds my boom mic instead. Just kind of get you down instead of get you up higher. But so this is the D bass, and it's got my shop name on there. He wrote my shop name on there. And then he put right here, it says American Heritage Guitars. It says 3.0. It's so hard. But it's a nice little D bass. It's unique, it's interesting. That's how Alex does his stuff. And then I've been busy building. So I said I was going to build a guitar, but I totally forgot that I didn't come back on with you guys. So I built this little guy here. So paint can lid. And then this, I was walking the tracks on one of my favorite spots. I think I took you guys on an adventure a while ago to show you, I think. I can't remember. Maybe I did. And I found this. This is an old bit. And this is what they would drill through the ties. So I used that as my saddle. I might change the saddle. I love this guy. It turned out great. Nice honey stain. Nice scarf joint neck. And I eventually might put a piezo in this thing. It's just a slider. But man, is it loud. Ooh. The only mistake I made on this one is I actually used a medium fret for the 0, and I should have used a jumbo, but the action is actually it's just perfect enough. It's just a little lower up here, but actually it makes it interesting for a nice little... And then we have eyelets. We've got the eyelets here. And then you've just got a nail. It helps for downward pressure. Oh, well, you guys can see that. There we go. You can see that takes the strings and it dips down and comes up. I love this little thing. Like I said, I might put a piezo in it to electrify it. I might take this one out. I might make another saddle. I'm not sure yet. I think that's the joys about building cigar box guitars. I'm not building any... I've got one I'm building for Alex, but I'm not building any more for anybody else. But I just finished this one up a few weeks ago. You'll have to go check out my Instagram page, American Heritage Guitar 79. This thing, man, I absolutely loved it. I absolutely love this thing. So this right here was one of my lucky ladies. I had one on this side and one on this side, and they kind of met at the back window of the truck. Since the truck's up for sale, I wanted to have something to commemorate the truck. This one's kind of an automotive-inspired theme. It's just a plethora of different things, but I had to put one of the lucky ladies. The other one's going on another one, but we'll go in the kitchen and update you guys because that's where I do all my work. But I love this thing. Like I said, I tried to plug it into the little lamp here, and because I electrified it, this is one of the CB Giddy Delta. This is a 4-pole. But it just didn't like it. And another thing I did wrong, and I'll have to take this apart, is Abo Uvesians are already... This is an Abo Uvesian box. Abo Uvesians and Brickhouse are like the best boxes, hands down. And Alex sent me this with a few other boxes. And so this is one off my list of a dream box I wanted to build. I need to get a few brick houses. But as you can hear, you hear that dong? I put a spring inside for a reverb spring. The problem is that it overpowers when you're trying to play. See, it kind of has it. This is one of my bass licks that I play as a guitar riff. But you can see how it's very dong, it just overpowers. So I'll have to take that out. And that's the thing. You try something, and then it's like, okay, that doesn't work. So let's try something different. So once I take that out, I'm sure this is going to be better and louder. Go check out Del Puckett on Instagram and here on YouTube. Go check out Del Puckett, and you'll see how much these boxes sound great. He's built quite a few of them. And then automotive inspired and themed as well. I saved one of these. Focus. What that is it was a pin from the NHRA. This is the 2019 39th Annual Southern Nationals, Atlanta, Georgia. I saved this last pin. I used my first one on the other build that I did, but as you can see, the action is perfect. It's a little high. I might have to do a different saddle. This is just a nut with some bolts. But I didn't have any knobs, tone and volume knobs for the top. So I had this spare little guy here, and then I just took some beer caps that Alex sent me. I don't drink anymore, but took those. So you've got your tone and your volume. So it's just mix match on purpose. But I love this thing. It's called Southern Co. It's my old racing number, 66SR. Because I love David Allen Co. I always have. And I named my guitars, and this one was just fitting for automotive and my proud Southern roots. And so I was like, okay, well, that's the name. I named every single one of my guitars. So AHG, and then I put 2024. And I just used my soldering iron and just wrote it in there. So this one I didn't do all nice and neat like the rest of mine. I just carefully took my soldering iron and, soldered it in there, but it needs to be retuned. It's been sitting upstairs. It came from downstairs where you could probably hear the AC. I bet you it will. You'll hear it kind of whine, and so it's coming from upstairs where it's nice and hot. I don't have central air, so we've got air conditioners. So I built that guy. I really like it. I really enjoy it. Like I said, this little guy here, it likes the old Telly, but it doesn't like cigar box guitars, and I don't understand why. So I'm going to have to get a better, different amp. That might be towards or after Christmas time. So keeping up with everything, let's take you guys in the kitchen, aka my workspace, because you guys have seen the upstairs. There's no room. I'd have to clear it out to make it a workstation. So we'll sit you guys down here. I'll take some of this off so I can sit down, so you guys can see my face. But I took a pallet. It was busted up. It was no good. Which you've seen me build two, pallet guitar racks. But this one it was too far gone. So I took it down and I made legs. I took the legs and cut them off flush. So this one is not going to have a fretboard. I have to shave some off the headstock up here. I have to shave this down right back here. Here, I'll go like this with my finger. I'll have to shave a little bit off of here, probably about 1/8 of an inch or so. 1/8 of an inch or so up here, make this a little skinnier. And then we've got to cut our back angle. Oops, forgot I wrote it on the other side. So this is your depth of your box or fretboard. You want to hang over the box. So it'll probably be like 1/8 of an inch. And then we've got to cut our back angle subtle. And then, of course, I have a lot of sanding and filing to do to make this thing look like a guitar neck. So this one's not going to have a fretboard because it's thick enough. It'd be the thickness of a fretboard. So this is just going to be the pallet. And then I've got one more leg here to do the same thing with. This one's obviously got to be the heel because it's broke off. But yeah, so taking two of these, and I think these are probably... Oh, it's either cedar or walnut. I think some of these they make out of cedar or walnut. Kind of smells like a walnut more than the cedar, but yeah. So there's that. And then let me take this down. That's my fretboards. my Lowe's fretboards. This is another one that's rocking and ready to go. So let me get this stuff out of the way so we can talk more. Okay. So this one I'm building for Alex. We already stained this up. This one's nice. This one's darker because it's a darker box, so I didn't make it lighter. And then, of course, a poly coat, so you can see it's nice and shiny. So it's got a poly coat to protect it. There you go. You can see it. So the back angle I did on this one was shorter because I wanted this one to kind of look like a traditional Gibson headstock. So when you're kind of looking at a Gibson, it's got that, especially the 50s Gibsons. So you've got your nail for the downward, like this. This one actually this one's gonna be a slider, so this one already has the jumbo fret done. Nice fret ends, nice and polished. So this is very smooth. What happened was I was building another guitar neck, and I didn't see most of the last of these pieces I have are pretty petrified, so they've got the round holes. And the other one was weak, so it snapped off. And I was like, okay, instead of making the typical, you cut it at a 45-degree angle and make a typical heel, this one I just decided to leave the broken so you could see that huge, giant, glorious knot. So as you can see, perfectly balanced, perfectly straight. I got to finish wiring it up. These are actually real. The reason it looks so funny, too, if you look at it, the reason it looks so funny is because when he gave me these a year ago, they didn't come with the covers. So we've got no covers. We're just rocking it like this and going. This is Castle Hall box. So I got to finish wiring it up. So, not ready yet. Pot's ready, but I'm going to do an Eddie Van Halen inspired wire job. So, I want this one to be fully on, and then this one is going to be in blended. So your tone or volume knob. So it's going to be a hot slider. I've never seen anybody do it. So I figured instead of trying to, make a 3-string or a 4-string, let's just do the 3-string, but let's do a hot slider. So this one is actually doubly named HFT, Hot for Teacher. So I think this one's going to be really good once I figure out the wiring diagram in my head. Well, my head, and then I'll have to write it down. But this one's going to be really awesome for Alex. I think he's going to really dig it. Make sure the nail doesn't fall out here. I think he's going to really dig it. I really dig this because you can see all of the striations and how aged this wood is, even after I sanded everything down. I just think it really it pops. It adds a different... Stain is... After you build one of these, stain is what really just... It ties it all together. It brings it all together. You can even see a knot here. This big old knot here. So you've got a little bit of a ink. That knot was just... If I put too much on it, I think it probably would have snapped even more because there's like a little bit of a crack there. But it's very solid, very stable, very sound. This is a hefty guitar. These actual Gibson Buckers, man, they're heavy. They're heavy. I think this thing comes in at probably 2.5 pounds versus a pound. So this one is a very beefy, hefty, will be a hefty guitar once I get it done. I'm hoping we can do a jam video. Like I said, I gotta get a different amp anyways. That one, it works, but it's not good enough. It doesn't capture the pedals well enough when I'm trying to go for my different tones. I've been trying to write my own music, so I've been trying to write my own licks, and a lot of times, like, you'll get the country, so I have my phaser. It sounds just like a Phase 90. Maybe I might take you guys upstairs here and, like, show you the pedals. I didn't drag the pedals out. I just drug everything out to try to get you guys up to speed, an up-to-speed video in 4.5 months of not doing anything for you guys. I'm trying not to make it long. I know it's not fun and exciting and all that, but I want to update you guys. So this one's going to be really fun. And I'm getting 2 more ready to go. I might have to drag out the other boxes here just to paint a picture. Okay. So this box, poop. What you doing, Dinah? Is all of the rest of my CB Giddy parts. So you've got your headstock templates to get nice and perfect. My tuners, like I said, we're running out of tuners. I've got one full bag left, but yeah, so we're running out of tuners. My strings I'm using, so these are my jumbo frets as my 0 fret. Those are a little over like $22 for those. These are $9.99. A set of 3 right, 3 left. There's a $9.99. Your strings. CB made in America. So, my wife's going to be coming home any minute. She's going to be like, what are you doing? Doing a video. So all these templates here, let me drag out these templates. So, and your string spacing, these have notches, so you can get your string spacing perfectly to line up. So you've got your 2 right, 2 left. Well, I gotta flip it like this for the camera, so it's gonna reverse it. Oops, this one is reversed. 2 right, 1 left. You've got your 3 left. 3 right, 2 right, 2 left. This is a staggered, another staggered, 2 right, 2 left, 2 right, 2 left. This is perfectly in line. So you've got different options, but each one of these, see the striations down there, the little marks, those will help you line up perfectly. And I do that every time. I put my marks in before I stain, because I make them deep enough. I use my blue pen, and it's deep enough I can still see a little bit through the stain. Or I also just take it and redo it. So that takes care of that little portion of explanation. I'm running out of stuff, and I'm running out of money to do stuff. Oops, I put this backwards. Cost a little bit of money. And I'm looking into more wood options. There's hardly anything in this small town of Clinton, Illinois. So they've got to get shipped in. In most cases, they're 8 feet long, which I need about 32 to 33 inches in general. Plus I got to count making a heel. My heels are 12 to 13 inches, depending on the box. But most of that wood is like $15. This is like the same box I'm using for Alex. So to tie everything together, this box I'm building now, I gotta finish cutting the top notch. I have to finish cutting this out. But I've got these holes. These are all drains. Every single one of them are drains. Let's open this thing up here. Ta-da! Each one of these are drains. So this one is going to be, since I'm running out of cool electronics for now, my buddy Bert from Bert's Blues Box. He hasn't made some in a while, but he took an actual cigar tube and he made his own lipstick style single coil from one of these. So I'm going to use this on the next box, which is this guy right here. This flathead box. You'll see right here where I made my marks. So I've got to cut this out. It's going to be a top mount. So to make it a little deeper, this box is so weird to handle. But to make it a little deeper, so it's going to go right here. Going to go right here. But I have to cut these little grooves out so it'll recess and sit in deeper. But it's gonna be a fun box. Let's see here, and then so this one right here, it's gonna get a piezo disc. This one's huge. but this one's already pre-wired and ready to go, so I don't have to solder anything. I've got my little guys here. So I've got these eyelets. That's what you see when I put my, and then here's some more, the little guys. I like these better. Little piezos. Or as Del Puckett says, piezo. So I've got all sorts of knickknacks in here. I've got my hinges in here. Yeah, I've got my hinges in here. Like right here, for example. These are another hinge that I'm going to use. It's kind of like the baby hinge on this one. That's exactly what it is, but it's the big brother. The 1, 2, 3. This one's just the bigger. This one's just the bigger brother. Yeah, the much bigger brother. So this is going to go back here. Obviously centered up, but back here. That comes out the top, and then we'll have the strings run through backwards. So you get downward, come upward. So my string action will be most likely right there. That's probably where my string action is going to be. I'm seeing it in my head, and I think that's about accurate. But yeah, always use CB80 strings, but you can use any strings you want building these guitars. You know, if you're an Ernie Ball guy, use Ernie Balls. If you're, you know, a Diodario guy, use Diodario strings. Another thing I'm working on is trying to get these guys cleaned out and make these into tone and volume knobs. Nice little Remington 12 gauges. Focus. Focus, camera. Remington 12 gauges. So I'm trying to get them all cleaned out. So all I got to do is super glue. And then, you know, your tone and volume knob. You super glue. Hold it on there. And you're good to go. That's exactly how the other one was built. That you just seen. Southern Co. It's exactly how Southern Co was built. So just a few boxes here and there. A few things I got cooking up in the old brain. For now. You know, and so hopefully soon I can get some more, you know, cool electronic ones. Like I want to get a Soap Bar P90. I want to build one as a Soap Bar P90. I have this single coil over here. I'm saving this for another box. But I have to pay the guy. The guy wants me to pay for shipping, which is like $13. So pay him for shipping and he'll ship it out. But he's got a brick house box for me. That is the OD green. So we're going to build a military-inspired box that is going to be called Wounded. And my saddle is actually going to be... This was from my great-grandfather that served in World War II. When he passed away, of course, he got his military funeral. And this nice little blank right here was from his 21-gun salute. So this nice little 5.56 here is going to be turned into a saddle. And then what I want to do is I want to take this guy right here. Because this, it's going to fit perfectly with that box. That box is the OD green, but it's got a little bit gold. And this is going to fit perfect. So that's what I want to use that one for. So this is like the only last cool electronic stuff I have. Like I said, you know, I hope to, you know, my dream boxes have always been the Ava Uvizian, the brick house boxes. Like I said, I hope to be able to, you know, buy a Soap Bar P90. I hope to buy a lipstick tube. I haven't played one since a Dan Electro. If you know Dan Electro guitars, the old school ones, they had lipstick style single coils, and they were incredible sound. You could get your rock sound, you turn your tone and volume knob down, and you got that very twangy, you know, telly type of sound. They were very great boxes. Or not great boxes, great single coils, sorry. But yeah, so that guy wants me to pay him like $13 for shipping. So basically, like, pay him money back in order to get that brick house box so I could build the Wounded that I want to build. So yeah, like I said, I hope I can buy some more cool stuff and make cool guitars. Right now I'm running out of cool stuff, so I'm like trying to use what I've got for now. Sorry, my wife just got home. She looks like she's eating breadsticks from Little Caesars. Yeah, so like I said, today is Monday, July 29th. Yeah, so we're almost in August already. Holy crap. Which means also that we are coming up on the official 1-year anniversary of getting back into doing this beginning of October. It just kind of dawned on me and hit me the other night. I was thinking about it. I'm like, holy crap. So I don't know with these, how to proceed to do build videos. Because my thing is like, I like to turn my TV on. I've got my country playlist playing one day, and then I've got my, Rush and ZZ Top, Led Zeppelin playing the next day. So that hence my music style is when I use my pedals, I want somebody to be like, your sound sounds like Zeppelin, or your sound sounds like Rush, or because I'm not a cover artist. I don't, I'll play licks to warm my fingers up, but I'm not going to get on some media site, YouTube, or my Facebook or Instagram and play cover tunes. I'm not. I don't need to impress anybody. The only person I need to impress is myself and my wife and my kids. That's it. So I'm never worried about that. So like I said, I'll have to get a bigger amp. So you guys can hear these cigar boxes. I was gonna do it, and I plugged that other guy in, and that amp just doesn't like the cigar boxes. Likes the telly just fine, but so I need to get a bigger amp. Which I found one. I think it was like $45. So I can't get a Fender amp, but this one's supposed to look like an old deluxe amp, even though it's like a cheaper version from somebody else, Leo Jamez or whatever. And it's like a white tweed, it's like a white wrapped tweed. It looks really nice. It's 20 watts, so that's plenty of power for all my guitars. Plenty of power to hook up more than 2 pedals at a time. Kind of do some fun stuff with you guys. So eventually, one of these days, we'll get a better amp and we'll do more stuff. I want to get on here and show you guys some of the licks that I've been working on. On the telly and on the cigar box guitars. They're a little different. So I can do some more playing with you guys. If you guys want to see me do more building, please bleep bloop it down in their comments. By the way, please, my cat, he's 14 years old, and basically he's like rambling Joe Biden. Just talks out of his ass. He doesn't know what he's saying, but he's, yeah, so he's very annoying. So you could probably hear him. I'm in the kitchen. Let me go in here and let me grab something, because I want to just give me a second. Okay, and back to our regular scheduled programming and take 2. So with that in mind, another thing I want to say here. I know we're already at 34 minutes, so really, really sorry, but I'm trying to talk to you guys and catch you guys up on 4 months of not doing anything. I'm trying to remember stuff in my old brain I've been wanting to say. Another thing is I'm working with Chicken Wing Audio. Go check out Chicken Wing Audio. Yes, that's his name of his pedal thing. Chicken Wing Audio. Please go check out Chicken Wing Audio on Instagram. Me and Chicken Wing Audio have teamed up, and we've been working on this since last September, October or September. We've been working on a pedal together. So this pedal is going to be very unique, very interesting. if you grew up here in the Midwest or you grew up in the South, if you grew up with like great grandparents and grandparents, from the 20s and 30s and 40s, growing up and you were a very high strung kid, they always said you're full of piss and vinegar. So we're working on a pedal that is my pedal that's called Piss and Vinegar. I haven't seen anything yet. We've been talking back and forth. I really don't want to see nothing until it's finished anyways. I don't want it to ruin the been waiting for, almost a year kind of thing. I think it's going to be really cool. It's like a fuzz distortion pedal. We wanted to do a tape op delay, but with that name, it had to fit. The name had to fit what the pedal should sound like, what the pedal should do. So we both kind of decided, like, let's make it a Jimi Hendrix inspired fuzz. So he's building it identical. The diodes, everything. He's building it identical to what Jimi Hendrix fuzz pedal was custom to. So it's going to have that Jimi Hendrix fuzz distortion sound. So like not that ridiculous fuzz, but like perfect fuzz that sounds like distortion fuzz. So I think it's going to be really cool. Another thing I want to say to you guys is, build with your hearts, build with your minds. If some of you guys out there have family members that build these wonderful things, this is the only one I have. Alex's, I can't remember if it was he said his sister or sister-in-law. I think sister-in-law. Made this slide. So if anybody makes slides, please bloop it down in the comments. I would like to see what you do. I would like to work with you. I'd like to showcase your work because I love to play slide. This is my only slide. So I need a backup slide. You build American flag or you do this or do that. Please let me know. I would be happy to, if you wanted to send me something out, please let me know. You do that, you're a pedal person, you make strings or whatever. Get a hold of me. I'm about building, but I'm also about, if you're in the musical community, we all should band together, we all should work together, we all should help our businesses out and showcasing each other's work. So like I said, I'm showcasing Alex's work, and then I'm giving Alex one of my builds. I guess too, before we end this video, I know it's very long, 37 minutes. I guess if somebody's asking, acoustic, how much are your acoustics? My acoustics are about 135. And depending on, do you want it to be a paint can lid? Do you, what kind of acoustic do you want? Which I think are feasible. All of my electrics, though, I'm going to say in between 350 to 375. I think high-end, if I have to use high-end parts or something, I think we're going to be looking at highest ballpark would be 475. And most of these, if I don't have to run around like a chicken with my head cut off and do other things, work on cars or something like that, and if I can stay consistent and do it, you're looking at about a month to a month and a half. Because, I hand carve these. My grandfather, sadly is going through Alzheimer's, and gave me a router, but I live in an apartment complex. We've all went over this before. And routers are very loud. And obviously I'm not going to use it in my kitchen. So I had to figure all that out. It'd make my life so much easier using a router versus trying to... however, using my rasps and files and making a neck myself versus cheating and using a router is nice. But a router would make my life so much easier. It would make my arthritis so much easier. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's been happening. I'm trying to think of other fun stuff to do before we get to the cold, icky months. I'm going to try to work with a few people I want to work with again. I'm going to try to work with CB Giddy. I've had a couple of Americana-inspired stuff I want to do with some of their guitars, so I'm trying to get them interested, maybe partnering up and doing something together. I've had like 4 different ideas I've tossed them that I would like to see on guitars. that are very heartfelt, that are very meaningful, and two other ones are very fun or like wow. So I'm just trying to do a bunch of different stuff. I want to do interesting stuff for you guys. I know I can't do no fancy video editing, and swirling and swooshing and all that stuff, but you know what? I like it raw. I like it in the moment. If you like it, you like it. Awesome. If you don't, then that's it is what it is. It's okay. I like to be raw. I like to be in the moment. I like to be upfront with everybody. I like to hide no mistakes. Bob Ross once said it best. I love Bob Ross. I always watch the show. It's like drinking a nice glass of a nice cup of warm milk. I don't do that, but some people do. How about a nice glass of warm cocoa? I guess, okay. Just lovely man. And he said it best. You don't make accidents. You don't make mistakes. We make happy accidents. There we go. Said it backwards at first. But that's kind of what, building these instruments are. You can buy a 6-string neck and take one of these boxes and modify it and build a 6-stringer. You don't have to build a 3-stringer. I think another thing I want to do maybe down the road is get a nice round dowel and, teach somebody how to do a basic diddly bow. Just bleep blooper down in there in the comments. You've seen some of my crazy, crazy stuff. We'll go back. We'll go back in here. My wife's sitting here. Here a little. She's chilling in the chair. She's in her jammies, so I don't want to embarrass her and get her in the shot. Which she probably wouldn't be embarrassed anyways, but. Would you, babe?
No.
Okay, well, this is the lovely wife. Yeah, she held this for me several times. But like I said, interesting stuff. So like I said, I took the Sabo box, right? I made it interesting. I made it mine. I made it my own. I love it. I like it. That's all that matters. I mean, it'd be cool if other people liked it, but it's using your imagination. Like I said, this nice slider right here. Used the drill from the railroad that I found walking one day and was like, what am I going to use it for? Well, that's what I used it for, but I might change my mind. I might change this out for another bridge. Another saddle. But it's lovely. I know I'm going to put a piezo in this one day, and I might take this apart. I might take the medium out and put the jumbo in so the action up here is a little higher, but it sounds really good. I hope that came through because I'm not using the boom mic. But just making awesome stuff. Like I said, even Alex's weird, awesomely weird, G-string, D-bass. You can make cool stuff. So, I also, here, let's go. I can't really talk about it without showing you because then you wouldn't. Anyways, so let's go upstairs. We'll go to the catch-all room. That's where all the guitar racks are, which is an absolute mess. Sorry, I didn't turn the lights on. Okay, so no charger. You're not coming in. Like I said, that's the first rack that we built last October. That's the 6er rack. And then we built the 9er rack. That's where all the pedals are. The cables, Mamixar cables. Dunlop cables. I've got a... Don't let me trip. I'm saying don't trip, but I'm tripping right now because usually I'm walking in here in my slippers and I've got boots on and... I've got other boxes in here. Got different type of boxes. I've got a nice Camacho box here. It's one of those fancy ones you see most fancy people build fancy boxes out of. I got other boxes over here. This is literally the catch-all room. But right here, I'm thinking of taking this guy here. Okay? Thinking of taking this guy here. And I'm thinking of making a nice guitar out of it. I've seen people do it. And it's got me intrigued to try to build one of my own. Okay, try to not trip and die. Like I said, the router is back over. Yeah, it's back over here. Big, great, there. Yeah. So yeah, it's just different stuff that's on my mind, you know. Different stuff I'm thinking, all that kind of fun jazz and pitter patter and habit or whatnot. So yeah, I just want to try to, you know, get some more stuff, do some interesting stuff. If you guys want to, you know, see me do something different or cool, just reach out here in the comments. Or please go to my Instagram page, American Heritage Guitars 79. You can get a hold of me there. Like I said, I'd love to work with some people. I'd love to do different stuff. I want to do different cool things that, you know, make you guys laugh and just, you know, all this stuff. It turned out from a rainy day to a nice day. The sun's out right now. You see the cat house back there. Charger is meowing. I don't know where Dinah went. I hope you liked that small video, by the way, of Mopar when I was trying to string up that guitar over there and he was playing with the guitar strings. That was a short video, but I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny. I think Dinah's right here, yeah. Your baby oops. Your baby poop. Say hi, poop. Say hi to everybody. That's Dinah. Charger, where's you annoying? Here he is, guys. Here he is. Come here. Oh. Not the telly. That's Charger. He's a bobtail Manx. He's 14. He's the old man you keep hearing throw a fit for no apparent reason, but he does it anyways. We love him and hate him at the same time. Hi, Charge. Okay, grabbed it. Okay. Okay, Charger took over the camera for a second. He wanted to get y'all really close. And I think Mopar's just hiding. He's the one that you see in that short video. Let's see, where is he? Oh, there he is. Here he is. Hold on, guys. There he is. Up on the other cat house. Oops. Is that Mopar? He's right there. That's the guy that you guys seen in that short video I did. But yeah, I hope that answers a lot of questions. I hope that you know, it gets everybody up to snuff, up to speed. But yeah, I love to work with people. Like I said, you make slides, you do this, you do that. Please get a hold of me. I would love nothing more than to have a good time, get a lot of you guys involved. You know, like I said, if some of you are curious and some of you want to learn about this stuff, you know, please reach out to me. Like I said, another guy you should go really see is Del Puckett. He's an amazing guy. There's tons of other guys too. Hot Sauce Cigar Box Guitar Kitchen. Whew. Go see him. He's another crazy inventive builder. Like I said, Alex doesn't have one of Alex Guitars. He just has his Facebook page. I'm trying to talk him into doing YouTube and all that stuff. I really am. Because I said people would be curious to see what you're up to. And he's up to some crazy, wild stuff that you wouldn't believe that would make great musical instruments, but do. Like that Debo bass that he built. Sounds pretty good. It's just got to figure out how to hold it. That last one he built me last year, the Railroad Frying Pan. That's incredible. I play that occasionally. I love it, and it even sounds good acoustic. He just built some awesome stuff, and he's still building some awesome stuff. He sent me some pictures the other day. I wish I had some other device that I could show you pictures of, but I don't. But yeah, like I said, Del Puckett, you know, Hot Sauce Cigar Box Guitar Kitchen. There's just tons of people out there. You know, musical communities, you know, is about love, inspiration, you know, bonding over music and bonding over building guitars that come out of your brain. I've got another one over here. I wrote down dimensions because I want to build it'll probably be this winter. I'm probably pretty sure. But we're going to build one or two. I have to get more parts. But still, we're going to build one or two LPGs, license plate guitars. I'm going to build a Utah set because I miss Utah. I miss the mountains. Me and my wife do extremely. And then I'm going to build an Illinois set from my truck. Actually, the Beast and Gangrene. It's actually the same license plate. But so I've got a lot of stuff cooking in my brain I want to do. It's just, got to get parts together, got to get the wood together, and then ready, set, go. Ready, set, build. But like I said, typically on average, if I don't have to run around like shit with my head cut off and I can focus on this, you're looking at about a month to month and a half. Turnaround from me. And because I don't have a big bank account and I can just order $500 in parts or whatever, half the time I might ask some people at first, the first couple builds, if somebody could pay me up front. That way I can start, building, tuners and strings are the biggest. Tuners and strings. Like I said, buying these yardsticks. That's not much. I think I bought 6 of those for like $10 last November. Yeah, something like that. So there's some stuff that doesn't cost a lot, and then there's other stuff that does cost a lot. And I just don't have the bankroll to do it. So I might have to ask like half the money up front as a security deposit. That way I can start, building for you, but also building some more crazy stuff for myself that I just want to keep pushing my limits. I want to keep creating wonderful, musical, crazy stuff that sounds amazing that can compete with like a $3,000, $10,000, $20,000 guitar. Because believe me, these can. Like, go see Shane Spiel. Shane Spiel has built some stuff that looks like crap, but sounds amazing. That could put run-of-the-mill money up against, big guitars. So there's so much to do. I know this is 51 minutes, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to get everybody caught up to speed. But yeah, if you want to see me build some of these, or advice, or tricks, or tips, also please go see a lot of those guys. Please go see Del Puckett. Please go see Shane Spiel. Hot Sauce Cigar Box Guitar Kitchen. There's tons of other guys I just can't remember off the top of my head, but go see some of those guys. There's just amazing artists out there. Yeah. That's it in a nutshell, guys. But I love you all. Thank you all so much for loving the sport. We'll catch you on the flip side, on the dark side of the moon, back here at American Heritage Guitars another time. Love you all. God bless. Godspeed. Have fun. Get out there. Get picking. Get dreaming. Get sliding. And I love you guys so much. I'm out.